All right, folks, this is an update. BTC is not doing what I was expecting. I was expecting a range along here before I made a decision to continue down, but right now it sits in 10,800. The best case scenario is it just ranges between 10,300 and 10,800. Just range, something like here, something like this, something similar to this, but just a range, something to let the odds play and for dominance to drop. So let's see what happens. But it claims it that if it claims it at 11,000, I think folks are going to try to follow this at 13, 14K. Well, that to me still has low probability. This is an impulse, and I would like to have a correction, some sort of range, just something to move sideways, not to really have a pump, so odds can play. So let's see what happens. But this is an impulse. Now we're having a correction, some sort of correction. But I was expecting a range to occur. We're going down to the dollar. USA dollar currency. Basically, if anyone watched my previous video on this that I made for a friend of mine, this basically tells me that now that we're going to have a little range going on here. Something similar to this right here before we have a nice pop, and basically I think that's basically what's going to happen now before we have a nice pop. If you look at it on the weekly, it basically burst this resistance. It came back down to retest it. Right now this is support. If it breaks below this level, I'll be a little concerned. It could possibly reset down, but definitely my invalidation level will be anything between 92.20. That will be my invalidation level. That the dollar pair is not going to continue to go higher, but it's going to go lower. But everything is in a massively sell-off. We had a little bullish divergence earlier last week on a lower time frame, but it seems now that we're having a little nice sell-off. But I believe this is just going to be a range here before we have a little pop-up, and let's see if that coincides with BTC dump, something like this here. That's basically what I see playing out here now. This was my second option, but it seems like that's going to occur. That's basically it, folks.